That 18, 19, and 20th rep, man, that feels exactly like you're doing 80, 85% of your 1 rep max for a set of 5. The bar slows down to such a point where, it feels like you're lifting way heavier than you are. I think that's all got to do with you've exhausted your primary muscle fibers and now you're accessing muscle fibers which you usually don't use. You've exhausted the primary guys, the first teams on the bench, and now the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th man is in there trying to do their work. That's what it feels like. You're in foreign territory. Your primary, 1-2 option is out, and now you're dealing with the bench players. It's so valuable, man. So valuable. Like I did a set of 20 at the end of this session, probably like 10, 15 minutes ago, and I'm still huffing and puffing, man. I came in today with the idea of I want to do some back down sets. Because it's such a cool morning at 4:30 in the morning, man, I spent all of my points for the session leading up to the damn heavy single today. So I did, I went bar 60, and then I did 5 sets of 10 with 100 kilos. It took me a little while to warm up. Felt stiff from yesterday. Yesterday I worked quite hard on the squats. So I spent a whole bunch of time with 5 sets of 10 with 100 kilos, man. I don't know what it is about 100 kilos. I feel like it's a sweet spot for me, even though it's like less than 50% of my max. But right now, the 100 kilos is feeling really well. Like, it's not too heavy that I need to wrestle it. It's kind of like just the right weight where I can bias my body into positions which I want to use. I can leverage, my position so I don't like tax these synergistic, these, helper muscles. I don't have to use them too much. I can just focus on what I want to use. And that's, the quads. That's kind of that upright posture. I feel like 100 kilos is just a sweet spot. So I'm kind of disregarding the whole idea of 60, 70%, all that stuff. I'm kind of like running what feels well. And especially the fact that I train every day. When people say, 70 or, Louis and the Russians with that big study, they said 70 to 85% is the weight you should be using most of your training, But I don't think these dudes are doing it every single day, for like 5 sets of 5. It's not like that. I think between 70 and 85%, you kind of spend maybe tops 3 days a week doing that, getting your volume in that. But if you are training every day, something's got to give. Either you touch that kind of weight maybe once per session, or you do it every day, but you use a lesser percentage. And for me right now, I just want to use my lungs. I want to use my body. I want to get blood rushing around. It's making me feel freaking powerful, man. Yesterday's session has been ringing in my head, like replaying all of the feelings, replaying all of the feedback that I had in that 260 pull. It kept kind of replaying in my mind, and I just can't get over the fact that all of the weights before it felt so damn easy, man. Like, I've never felt that, man. Like, I don't know what it is about squatting and deadlifting, man. Like, every time I put all of my might into squatting, man, and I go back to deadlifting, it's a freaking joke. And I know a lot of you guys have said to me, man, you've rested for like, 7 days with this COVID. Well, it wasn't all that much of a rest because I was crook, but I get what you mean. Like my body had a bit of a rest from the heavy pulls. I'll give you that. But, the 3 or 4 days leading up to yesterday, I did a lot of squatting, man. Like I did a lot of squatting. What I did today with a whole bunch of 10s and, man, a few days ago I did 160 for 5. And then I think before yesterday I did like every single day 140 kilos for 10. A lot of volume in the squat, man. And then I get to the bar, deadlift, and I feel like this is a freaking joke. I can't believe how easy 220 went up. I've never, ever felt that. Like the weight in my hands felt like it was like, it was a joke, and I don't know. Maybe the rest of me wasn't ready to lift 260. Maybe the upper back, maybe the lats kind of let go a little bit because I haven't done any sort of upper body movements for at least 2 weeks now, man. I haven't done anything in terms of that. Maybe that was the problem, but it surprised me yesterday, man. Like, I felt like I was going to rip it off the floor, and then next thing I know, my shoulders are round forward and my thoracic spine collapsed, and I'm like, shit, I'm in a bad position here, man. Like, in the split second, I was like, okay, either we freaking grind this thing up with a round back, or we let it go. And I let it go, man. Like, I'm rusty. I don't want to be in that position. Like, my body hasn't done a grind like that for a little while. Even though on camera, it might not seem like it's nothing is going on, like the lifter, himself or herself, you'll feel some of these positions. And I felt like my thoracic round, and then it was like, okay, party time for the lower back. Because, you know, it's like a domino effect. Once you lose the integrity of the upper back, your middle back gets double the work. And obviously that's going to get overpowered. And then all of a sudden you're dealing with the lower back, dealing with the whole freaking round back. It's kind of like a fishing rod. You don't want the lower back dealing with the whole freaking spine integrity all in the lower back, man. You don't want that. And I didn't want that. So I let it go. But I'm surprised that these high rep squats are carrying over to everything, man. Like it's, you know, sit there and you kind of think to yourself, what am I listening? What am I consuming in terms of information? What am I reading? Is all this crap? Why am I finding 100 kilos to be the most effective freaking dose for me, man? Why is 100 kilos so good? This is where you have to go by feeling, man. 100 kilos, I don't know. I said to one of you guys in the comments, man, 100 kilos seems to be the sweet spot. I don't know what it is. Yesterday I did 130 as a back off sets, and that was hard freaking work, man. And for some of those reps, maybe like the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th rep of each of those sets, I wasn't really that happy with it, man. Like I felt like I was leaning over a whole lot. I felt like I was using the starting five. You know, I was using the star play and the second and third best play, right? You know, I was using my posterior chain. I know that's always there, man. But if you're going to be a championship team, man, you got to have a bench, man. Somebody's got to come in and give your superstars a spell. And I feel like, you know, yesterday I felt like my superstar was playing 48 minutes. You know, you get what I mean. With 100 kilos, though, so 30 kilos less than what I did yesterday, you know, for the down sets, he was like, man, this is awesome, man. I can stay in that position. We're continuously using the same game plan. The whole bench is being used, and I wasn't falling apart. So today, when I went up to 180 as a top set after 5 sets of 10, you know, with 100 kilos, went to 140 for one, 160 for one, I think I did. Yeah, then 180 for one. And then on the way back down, like I loaded 140, and I'm like, I'm going to hit 140 for 10 and maybe do it twice. And I thought, no, but yesterday I did 130, and, you know, let's give it a rest. Let's go back to 100 kilos. Let's go to the comfort. Put it at 100 kilos, and because, like what I said to you guys last few days, when you hit a top set and then you go back down, man, everything feels light. And so even though I did 5 sets of 10 leading up to 180, and that kind of felt good, as soon as I hit 180, I went back to 100, and I was like, man, I can hit this for 20 now. It's so interesting how that happens, man. The same weight I did for a warm-up, now I could double the freaking reps because I've touched the top thing. All of my engines, my motor neurons are on, everything's light, and I feel like I'm, you know, running a freaking V12, man. That's what it felt like. But you have to hit that top set, whatever it is, double, triple, single, whatever you want to call it, has to be a heavy weight. And that kind of lights you up. And then when you go back to that down, to that little stuff, man, it's like bang, 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 bang. So I did a set of 20. I did 15 straight, and then I had a breathing spell at the top after the 15th rep. And then the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th rep, it felt as though I had like, I don't know, man, 160 on the bar for those reps, 170. You know, because the muscle doesn't really know, right? The muscle doesn't really know what the hell's going on, man, like what you've loaded. All it knows is tension. And once you've exhausted the starting five, now you're accessing motor neurons, muscle fibers, which are like, hold on a minute, man. Like, I don't want to be playing for the last 5 minutes of the game. What are you doing? So now all of a sudden your 6th and 7th man are like starting, you know, doing the pick and roll, setting up the whole thing. And those guys never get that run, you know, but when you're doing sets of 10 and 20, all of a sudden everyone gets a run of that late game stuff. There's a lot of value in that, a lot of value. I'm breathing hard. My freaking legs feel amazing right now as I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Got a quad pump, got a glute pump, I got a lower back pump. You know, even my shoulders, like I was trying to keep the elbows up. My rear delts are lit up. My lungs, you know, I feel like I've had a run. You know, you don't need to do any cardio if you're doing breathing squats, man. I'm telling you, man, I was breathing hard for 20 minutes after that set. I was breathing hard. You know, running around, trying to find a position. Everything's freaking alight. This is cardio, man. This is cardio. This is the stuff that Tom Platz used to talk about. And this is the stuff that I read in that book, Super Squats, a while back, by Randall. I forget his first name. Is that his first name? Freaking forget now. Randall Strauss? Damn, I forgot his name. But in the Super Squats book, man, you know, there's a whole lot of talk about breathing squats. And you know, they were saying how it's the most effective way. It's because of that. Because you're taking a weight which you can, you know, usually hit for 10. You're taking it for 20, right? That's kind of the whole idea behind all of that. But the beautiful thing is you never rack the bar. You never rack the bar. And so it's like doing, I don't know, like some of those later sets, like you're getting one at a time. Those later reps, you're getting one at a time and you're breathing. Get another one, you're breathing. Get another one. Each of those reps feels like it's a 90% lift because you're exhausted. You're exhausted the entire time. So it's kind of like you're getting freaking incredible work. You've exhausted the primary guys. You're onto the secondary guys. Freaking, you're even into the tertiary guys, man. The freaking dudes, like not even on a roster, are playing now. And when you roll all that up, when everything gets recovered, when you roll all that up, you've got a super team on your hands. And for us, I don't want to say it, man, for us, some of our lazy guys, all we ever do is 1 to 5 reps. We never get the bench guys in. Never get the bench guys in. And I think there's a lot of value in that. And I keep going back to what happened yesterday. It's hard to draw conclusions, I get it. But you have to go by your gut feeling and what you feel. Yes, the rest had some component to it. But the rest wouldn't have changed the way my body moves. You know, I was in my quads. My back felt like I had concrete poured over it. It's such a powerful tool, man. It's such a powerful. So every day now, I don't know if you guys have noticed now, for the last freaking 6 days, at least 7 days, I've been trying to mess around with these high reps, and I feel fantastic. My hips are lubricated, my knees are lubricated, my back, everything's feeling really good, and I'm in my quads. And so when I was doing the 60, 100, 140, like on the deadlift, man, like I don't need to like think about getting the quads in. They're on the map. It's freaking amazing, man. Fuck. It's just, oh man. So here we go, guys. We're gonna spend a whole bunch of time with the heavy reps, and I'm not gonna forget about the heavy weight either, man. I'll be touching the heavy stuff every single day. I'm gonna have to kind of work around how much freaking warm-ups I do. Like 5 sets of 10 at 100 kilos before I hit the top set is probably too much. Like I had jelly legs before I even got there. But that's what I had to do. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's freaking cold. I'm stiff as a board. So I had to do that to just unwind. And the 180 felt good. But without the 5 sets of 10, if I just sprinted all at 180, I'd probably hurt my hip. Because like nothing's warmed up, dude. Like it's 10 degrees. You just put a 180 on the bar. Your body's not warmed up. Yeah, you can lift it. But it's like rusty, creaking, freaking snapping sensations everywhere. I've changed my opinion about all this. Yeah, you squat every day. That's cool, man. You still got to warm up every day. Still got to warm up. Even though I probably warm up less than somebody that squats freaking once a month. Because my body's kind of like, it's never too far away from my mind squatting. But still, you got to warm up. You got to freaking break that first sweat. That's the bottom line. I've got a name to mention in this video. The fella's name is Duncan Lawford. I want to thank you, Duncan, for jumping on and supporting the channel. Really appreciate you being on Patreon, man. Like I mentioned, almost every video now, there's a new name. I appreciate all of you guys, all of the names that's come before you, man. It's freaking appreciated, man. It kind of makes me feel like there's a whole team and there's a whole community about about this kind of stuff. We're talking high reps. We're talking, how to break through and work out, these puzzles. There's research out there and there's all sorts of knowledge out there, but there's nothing like actually jumping in, doing the shit yourself, and then talking about it with people that are also doing it, and you bouncing ideas. That to me, man, is like so much more valuable than just going to PubMed and freaking reading something that some guy's written who may or may have not ever touched the damn bar. Like I feel like we're the freaking scientists on the ground. We're the soldiers in the damn trench with the freaking machine guns, and we're talking about the enemy. We're talking about the no man's land. It's not some guy in a freaking Oval Office talking about some shit that's going down. What the hell do you know? We know what's going on. I'm in the trench looking at the shit. That's what this is about. That's what I feel like. That's what I always gravitate towards. I don't want the politician telling me what's up, man. I've got my own eyes. I'm looking at the damn thing, man. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone on the YouTube comments sharing their ideas. And obviously on Instagram as well. Let me get into the house, shower, and get to work, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.